Sarajevo entre calme et guerre fantasmagorique.
You just can't imagine that tomorrow someone will bomb you or shoot at you.
C'est la loi de la guerre telle que la conçoivent les Serbes.
It was a scandal. It was practically a medieval siege. People were dying, just an hour and a half away from Paris.
Terrassé à genoux sur le macadam en plein cœur de Sarajevo.
If they shoot, they shoot. If you don't get past, you don't get past.
Alors on a appris à courir pour éviter les balles. Parfois l'on marche confiant, mais les fous ou les ennemis de la paix sur Sniper Avenue sont là pour rappeler à un peuple qu'il n'est pas le plus fort avec ses faux espoirs.
You could say we were naive. We thought we were going to stop all of this.
Created in 1945, the Federal People's Republic of Yugoslavia was united by the will of a single man, Marshal Tito. After his death in 1980, the nationalists were reinvigorated. The fall of the Soviet Union accelerated their seizure of power. In 1991, Slovenia and then Croatia declared their independence.
It was like a house of cards that started to collapse.
We already felt after the election that things weren't right. But after Slovenia and Croatia, we still didn't think it would happen in Sarajevo.
The 6th of April, 1992. A demonstration bringing together thousands of people is held in Sarajevo. Croats, Bosniaks, Serbs, all calling for peace.
There were dozens and dozens of buses bringing people from every corner of Bosnia. We organised a big demonstration for peace. The result, the first victims.
From the roof of the Holiday Inn, Serbian nationalists opened fire on the crowd.
It was absolute panic. People were running in every direction. There were injuries. It was hell. Hell, hell.
Straight after the first bombardments, they started shooting everywhere. It wasn't just about killing people. For them, it was fun to destroy a civilization.
Serbian fighters settled for months on the hills overlooking Sarajevo, relentlessly shelling the city.
Sarajevo is a basin. It's about 6,000 meters in length and 2,000 meters wide. You have 250, 280,000 people there under siege. The city was defended, and the Serbs were never really trying to take it or get in. It was bombing, it was shooting, it was putting pressure on the Bosniaks to finish it with their surrender.
After the first summer, the siege is at a stalemate, and the bombardments become less frequent.
It wasn't every day. There were periods of ceasefire that were more or less respected, but it always ended up going wrong.
Before long, the besieged city is cut off from the outside world.
The phones went first. Fine. Then the electricity was cut off. We learned how to make candles. There's no more water. We learned how to do everything with just 5 liters of water, sometimes less.
All the trees in the city ended up as firewood. School books, too. It all became firewood because the winters can be harsh.
In July 1992, the UN set up an airlift to provide humanitarian aid. They were regularly targeted by the Serbs, and the UN paid a heavy price. 200 peacekeepers were killed in the former Yugoslavia, among them 84 French soldiers. 3 years passed, punctuated by bombardments and sniper fire. Every moment spent outside brought the risk of death. But it wasn't until the mortar attack on a busy market on the 5th of February 1994 that the horror of Sarajevo's torment became untenable for the international community. 68 people died, hundreds were wounded.
I was there a few minutes after it happened. It was truly carnage, slaughter. Especially when it's women and children. These weren't fighters. It was assassination, pure and simple. That's a war crime. There are no other words.
I often can't believe what happened there. It was a bad dream, something like that. But no, it's reality, and we have to live with that.
International pressure at that stage was not enough to make the Serbs lift their siege. Another year passed. It was only after the massacre of Srebrenica in the summer of 1995, when more than 8,000 Bosnian Muslims were killed in an act of ethnic cleansing, that peacekeepers received the order to liberate Sarajevo by force.
This time we were ready to fight, and we fought. A bombing campaign that lasted, 10 days? That's it. We ended this war in 10 days.
On the 29th of February 1996, after almost 4 years, the siege of Sarajevo was finally lifted. But the destruction and loss of life will forever weigh heavy on this city's inhabitants.